The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, is yet another con. Permit me to explain what I mean, why I claim it's a con. The FDIC has just over $128 billion in its coffers to help depositors should anything untoward occur with banks in the States, which sounds pretty good, until you come to learn that they're insuring $10 trillion worth of insured deposits. I'm not very good at maths, but I think there might be a little bit of a discrepancy in that equation. In the final reckoning, $128 billion is not going to go very far when something serious happens, which it will. So, when the banking system crumbles, it will play out like a classic bank run situation whereby the first depositors that turn up at the bank to get their money out will be the winners and everyone else will lose out. So the ones at the head of the queue might be okay, but the remainder will be left wanting. The depositors in the first few bank collapses might be saved, as we've already seen, but after a certain point, I'm not so sure. Perhaps I'm wrong in saying this, but another way to talk about this situation is to say that the FDIC is basically operating a kind of fractional reserve system. But what else can we expect from our bankster buddies? They are the ones that set up the FDIC after all. It's a fox in charge of a chicken coop situation, need I say more? Perhaps I have a rather dark sense of humour, but I find all this kind of funny. The FDIC will quickly run out of funds and will itself need bailing out. And who will step in to be the rescuers? Well, they might turn to the Treasury, but the Treasury won't help. They will themselves be in serious trouble. So who will people turn to? People will turn to the Fed. They are billed as the lenders of last resort. The Fed will then become the heroes, but I won't be hailing them as heroes. I will be like that guy in the photo in the Nazi rally who didn't do the Nazi salute. I believe that I'm right in saying that he died for his disobedience. So be it. I'm prepared to die for mine. I will not, under any circumstances, capitulate. I will remain a free thinker no matter what. As I said in other videos, this is not financial advice. I'm only expressing my opinions and saying what I do. You are, of course, entitled to do as you please. It's a free world. So, for a number of years, my preference has been to have the bare minimum of money in a bank to cover monthly expenses. I've done my best to exit their system as much as possible so that I'm less affected by their shenanigans. Anyway, the role of the FDIC is to provide the unsuspecting general public with a sense of security. The focus is on managing people's perceptions. Perception management is the name of the game because perceptions are very important to our overlords in order for them to keep in control and maintain power. Another way to say it is that it's a psyop, a psychological operation. The FDIC operates in the States. I don't know what happens elsewhere, but I'm sure each country has its own equally corrupt version. Might I suggest you do some research and find out what the situation is in your country? And you might want to do so as a matter of some urgency. The banking system is teetering on the edge of a cliff. Wise up and rise up.